What's up, guys? All right, it's that time. Like the title says, 1,000 rounds through my favorite pistol. Took a little while to get 1,000 rounds through this. It may actually be just a little bit more. I took it to the range today and finished off that 1,000 rounds when I was making some other videos. I think I had 100, 150 more rounds to put through it to get through that 1,000. I think I put about 150 through it just to make sure, but we're probably just a little bit over. And I want to say, I never cleaned it. I did add some oil. You can see there's oil on the back. I did add some oil to the rails, but I never cleaned this gun. So we'll take it apart here in a minute and just see how dirty it is. But like I said, 1,000 rounds, not one single malfunction. Now this is the way I have it set up right now. There's a few things that is a little different than it was when I bought it. I did some upgrades, but overall, the gun is essentially identical the way it was when I bought it, more or less, and run flawlessly. I love this gun. Again, this is my favorite gun. I own a lot of handguns, and by far this is Sig Zev 226 or Sig P226 Zev, however they want to say it, is my favorite gun. It actually is probably one of the more accurate pistols I own for me, and it just feels the best in my hand. Now, I have seen online where other people had some issues with theirs. I'm telling you guys, I didn't see any of that. Mine just ran and ran and ran. The only problem I have with mine, and that's a me thing, is where they put this slide release right here. I kept hitting it. And even in the last videos, you can see where we're running them through here. On those last rounds, I was getting better at not, hitting that and letting the slide lock back, but in the last few, just didn't seem to work out like that. But let's tear this thing down and kind of see what it looks like inside, how dirty it actually is. You gotta take the thread protector off for that. Check it, it is clear. It's still pretty smooth. I mean, overall, it is really smooth to not have ever been cleaned. All right, so let's lock this back and take it down here. All right, in here, you can see there is a lot of carbon buildup inside this. I actually started not to do this video today, but I was like, I want to clean this because this thing's been going and going and going. And I really want to clean this gun, but I didn't want to do it before we got to the 1,000 mark. You can see how much oil I have on the rails. I really oiled those very well, but just down inside this gun, you can just see just how much carbon is built up in there. We take the recoil spring out, it just looks normal, but there again, if we wrap our finger on it, just tons and tons of carbon. And if we take the barrel out, you can see how much carbon is actually on the hood, on the feed ramp right there. Again, oil got on the barrel. Inside the slide, more of the same, lots of carbon buildup down in here. You can see some wear right there. We're looking at wear items. You can see how the paint or the finish is actually wore off in the side or inside right there. As far as the barrel goes, the barrel actually wore really well. You can see there's a little bit right there and a little bit on the top and a little bit on the side right here. But this barrel from Zev, because this is one thing Zev does do, they do put their barrel in it when you purchase this gun from Sig. It wore amazingly. The barrel that I had, tons of carbon. The barrel that I had in my 365 was wearing weird. It was wearing on the side. I don't know what was causing that. When I put the true precision barrel in my 365, it's wearing more normal, but this literally hardly shows any wear at all. Just carbon everywhere though. Again, no issues. The frame, is there any wear on it? Not much actually. The finish they put on this gun is just incredible because after 1,000 rounds, I mean, you can see a little wear right here, but it's tons more carbon. But actually, I would expect more than just a little bit of wear on these frame rails. Like I said, I did keep it oiled very generously through the process. I didn't clean it, like I said, but I did keep oil. Like I said, you can see just how shiny those are. So maybe that actually contributed to the lack of wear that we're seeing on these items that had tons of oil on them. Inside the slide here, more of the same, just tons of oil, but not a lot of wear. And that kind of surprised me because I still figured even with all the wear, I knew there'd best be tons of carbon like there is. But, you know, I figured with all the rounds that had been put through it, it would still show a lot of wear spots. So I'm pleasantly surprised to see how well the finish is held up on this. Again, you know, this is a $2,000 pistol, bone stock, without this optic anyway. You do get an optic, you just don't get the upgraded 508T, I think it is, yep. The sights are bone stock. I haven't changed them. I haven't decided if I'm going to. I may go with like a night sight, but for now I'm still rocking these. But the finish has held up great. And like I said, for a $2,000 pistol, you think it should, but I've had some pretty expensive pistols in the past that didn't hold up this well when shooting them. But there again, I'm pleasantly surprised. And like I said, a lot of people said, I don't think this gun is worth the $2,000 when you can buy a Legion for $1,200 or $1,400, depending on if you get one with or without an optic. But in my opinion, this gun is worth every single penny. It feels better than Legion. I traded a Legion 226 in for this gun. It feels better than the Legion. The other Legion shot fine. It was as accurate as this, I'm assuming. I mean, it was accurate. That one didn't have an optic. Optics are a little like cheating, whereas this has an optic. You can just basically print the same bullet hole when you slow down. But this gun, in my opinion, just feels better. It looks better, and it runs better, in my opinion, than what that one did. I don't know if Zev actually smoothed out any of the frame rails or anything like that, but this one feels a little bit smoother than the Legion I had. I've got to be honest. The trigger in this one versus the Legion are essentially the same. It has Sig's short reset trigger. I think that Sig does an amazing job with these triggers. The short reset trigger in Sig is one of the best triggers on the market, in my opinion, as far as, you know, standard triggers that you don't change out. Even aftermarket triggers, this is still one of the best triggers. I would almost take this trigger over some of my 1911 and 2011s because it is just that good. The reset is that quick. The safety, still very, very positive. Would not care at all to carry this firearm. Again, just can't reiterate how well this gun functioned through all 1,000 rounds. No hiccups, no nothing. Just ran and ran and ran. I'm gonna start calling this thing the sunflower seed because it just it just ate up the seeds and spit out the holes. And that's what it did. Just ate the seeds, spit out the holes. Ate the seeds, spit out the holes. It did that for 1,000 rounds with no problem at all. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Would you pay $2,000 for this pistol? Plus anything else that you see on it. So we're probably closer to the $3,000 mark than we are the $2,000 by the time you pay taxes and everything. So let's say close to $3,000. For me, it's a no-brainer. I would do that every day if I didn't have one and I knew how solid and how good this gun was actually going to be. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.